Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another video. Apparently a part 6 of my Q&A, because apparently one of my regular commenters by the name of Jason Grady PHStiger'61. Apparently he missed my Q&A because I read all my comments on the list on my other video, and his name wasn't on there. So apparently he missed out. So, it was nice of him, just, I'm being the nice guy I'm always am, so I allow him to send his questions, so I can, since he missed out. So, hey Jason, no problem. I always be happy to help. So, well, hopefully I'll answer your questions here as best I could, and let's get right down to your questions now. So once again, from Jason Grady PHStiger'61. His first question is, since you love the couple of Harley Quinn and Deadpool, will love the couple of Obi-Wan Kenobi, the young one, played by Ewan McGregor, and Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, to help her control her pain and suffering. Well, okay. Harley Quinn and Deadpool. Maybe interesting. I mean, if you're considering that the DC the new DC Harley Quinn, well, since Joker dumped her, or she dumped him, maybe interesting if it was a crossover. Maybe interesting, two crazies, But maybe, yeah, a couple of Harley Quinn and Deadpool interesting though. Each one their own level of crazy. But with Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Can she like help the Scarlet Witch for her pain and suffering? Probably say, if referring to this, the MCU Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen's. Probably not, because if you've seen her in Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, I don't think Obi-Wan Kenobi would not help her anyway. She was already too far gone anyway, because she's just too busy grieving over she all wants her kids, when just basically doesn't. Willing to destroy everything just to get her kids. So I think he could. I don't think he would not help her with her pain and suffering. So that's the first question. Number 2, can you picture both Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter become the first two super soldiers and become the leaders of the Avengers? Well, I can see. I mean, they're both. Well, if you see, of course, we'll mention in Doctor Strange, Captain Carter, when they adapted her from the What If series, having one American, one British, but leading both the Avengers, I can somehow see that. I mean, Peggy Carter can. We'll have to watch Agent Carter from the series. I will say that she could probably hold her own, maybe. Not guaranteeing though, but because Steve Rogers likes Peggy Carter, so being both from the time frame, so maybe they can both see that they could probably lead the Avengers, each one having a different shield, but yeah, maybe. Number 3, did you see the trailer for John Wick 4? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw the trailer for John Wick 4. It was during when it came out during the San Diego Comic-Con. Some other trailers though. I mean, with the John Wick films, okay, I enjoy all the last 3 of them, and I'm just hoping the 4th one does not disappoint, because there's always, in every franchise, there was always 10-1 to have one entry to mess things up. So I'm just hoping that John Wick 4 doesn't do that. I will say though, one thing I thought was kind of cool when Keanu Reeves, he was really beating the crap out of someone with freaking nunchucks, just doing over and over and over again. That looked like it was pretty cool, because the John Wick films have been having some creative deaths for some bad guys. Not just headshots to the head all the time though. Of course, with the pencil, with killing someone with a pencil, or in John Wick 3. Like in the beginning, killing a couple guys with the horse, or a motorcycle, or even with a freaking breaks that one guy, which the guy who was the tall guy from the beginning of the library. He was the basketball player for the Dallas Mavericks. He played for. Killed him with shoving the book in his mouth and breaking his neck on the book. And the John Wick films have some pretty creative deaths. And it looks like seeing killing this one guy over and over again, beating him over the head with a nunchuck seems kind of cool. Haruki Sadana, Donnie Yen is in it. Bill Skarsgård, who played Pennywise, he's in it. He is a bad guy, clearly. He's probably one of the guys, the members of the High Table, which at the end of John Wick 3, when Lawrence Fishburne, the Bowery King, asking him, "Are you pissed, John?" Yeah, because they're pissed at the High Table, so they're just getting ready to take the High Table down, basically. Clancy Brown, which is about what I saw. We only see him in one shot where he gives his card at Lance Henriksen, who's the concierge at the Continental. What we saw, he had no wedding ring finger, just like how in John Wick 3, when he cut his own wedding finger off to get the ring out. He basically had the same thing happen to him, Clancy Brown. And I like Clancy Brown, Mr. Krabs himself. So of course in other movies too, though. But okay, but it didn't show too much of the action. I mean, it showed Donnie Yen fighting John Wick, and there was another one with was it Haruki Sadana fought Donnie Yen, I think. And it looks like maybe Haruki Sadana, I just saw previously, which is coming up in the next movie review after this, though, in Bullet Train, and of course Kenji from Rush Hour 3, and among other movies, though. But looks like looks like he'll be a good guy in John Wick 4 because he's fighting Donnie Yen, and it looks like Donnie Yen is apparently a bad guy. He's blind though, but he can use his walking stick as a sword. So John Wick 4. John Wick 4. I just hope it doesn't disappoint. I didn't see too much of it because, it didn't show too much of all the action, because probably want to keep that when the movie comes out in March. So, but I'm always looking forward to seeing John Wick, and so is my dad. My dad, he likes the John Wick films. I took him to see John Wick 3 in 2019, so he's really excited to see the fourth one. So that'll be good. So okay, so that's that one, and we're going to question number 4. I think Sam deserves that shield that Steve gave him to be the new Captain America. Do you think he deserved the shield? Okay, I know Sam Wilson, he's been with with Steve Rogers since The Winter Soldier, and at the end he partnered up, to go find Bucky right at the end of The Winter Soldier, and then after in Captain America Civil War, right? But by the time of the end of Endgame, when he hand the shield, I'm just thinking to myself, because I know in some of the comics, Bucky became Captain America, right? Because my brother, he has a poster where it has the original of the Human Torch, Captain America's there, and another one where the Captain America's still holding the shield, which I assume it is Bucky. So you think they was, but he's the Winter Soldier, so. But the thing is, what I'm thinking to myself, all the stuff in the previous films. What did Sam? For all of the movies I've seen with Anthony Mackie, what did I haven't seen him do much of, a lot of things that made Steve deserve to have him deserve that shield. I didn't see much of what made him to give him the shield. I know that he trusts him. I know he's been a real good friend and a really good fighter, fighting alongside with him and Bucky, but I didn't see a whole bunch of things that made him deserve the shield. From my point of view, it was did he really deserve that shield? I mean, he didn't hardly do much of more big things, for him to give the shield. I know that Steve, he does really he trusts Anthony Mackie, and as well as Bucky though. So, but in my point of view, I was he didn't really do much stuff to deserve the shield, in my opinion. But apparently he did because of the TV show Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and by the end of the show he became the new Captain America because. Because early in the show there was another guy who was black, because he also was a guy from back in the day. He got the super soldier serum, right? And they were complaining like, oh, there's no way they would have a black Captain America. But apparently Anthony Mackie, you see him training using the shield, and especially after the incident when the guy John Walker, after he tarnished the shield by killing that one guy, you know. But apparently that's also comic books also, that Sam Wilson became Captain America, the new Captain America. That's obviously a new one. So, but that happened in the show. So, and apparently they're gonna have a fourth Captain America with him as the new one. So, just whatever he did get somehow he has the shield. But in my point of view, I didn't, from how it happened in the end of Endgame, I don't think he really didn't do much of that to deserve the shield, though. But I know Steve Rogers, Chris Evans, he knows Sam Wilson and Bucky as well. He apparently trusts him. Even Bucky, Sebastian Stan looked at him and said, "You know what? You can have the shield." But that's in my perspective, though. So yeah, that's 4. Now moving to number 5. I hope you review John Wick 2 and 3. I will before John Wick 4 comes out, because I did review the first one long ago. I just never got around to review 2 and 3. So before John Wick 4 comes out in March next year, in March, I'll review the second and the third ones, because I enjoy the second film, and I really love the third film too. So I'll get around to review 2 and 3 before the fourth film comes out. Now number 6. I hope you one day will play the Mass Effect, and my advice, get the Legendary Edition, because it has all 3 of the games. I know of the video game series of Mass Effect. But apparently, the thing is, though, I just haven't had a chance of time to play a video game. I haven't played a video game in over say, year and a half. I mean, I still have my old PlayStation 2 sitting right here, though, and it's just getting covered in dust right now, because I haven't played it in so long. So, because of my work schedule, you know, I'm just when I'm done with work, I'm just too tired, you know, to play video games. I just sit down and relax in my chair and just watch anime, you know, so, and other movies. I just have not enough time to play a video game. But plus I don't have the Mass Effect the game series, and like those other big sci-fi games are not really interesting. I just stick with the simple games, like one of my all-time favorite games. Like I like playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels of the Roses, or Capsule Mars Coliseum, or the SpongeBob the movie video game. Or I could play. I always played the old Sega games, like the original Sonic 1 and 2, 3, or Streets of Rage, or Golden Axe, or Revenge of Shinobi. All these big game, I was not really that interested. They're like, if I were to see these games, I'd rather watch my brother play. My brother, he plays these other games, like he plays Call of Duty, he plays Black Ops. I think he played Black Ops. He plays Call of Duty. He plays League of Legends. He plays all these other games, you know. Or in Halo, he plays Halo 2. I would just sit there and watch him play them, you know, because these games are not all that interesting to me. So Mass Effect, it may seem like a good game series though, but I just did not have time to play a video game in a long time, you know. So, like I said, with my work schedule, and it's how I just, a lot of times when I just want to get home from work, I just come home and just watch TV. That's all. But if I ever find a time to play a video game, you know, just I'll stick with my old games. They're always a good time waster for me, you know. But just over a year and a half now, just I haven't had time to play video games. So I do apologize for that if I haven't got around to play any video games. But anyway, moving on next, number 7. I'm really glad you got the X-Men cartoon on DVD. I hope you review them, and you'll get your when you get the Dark Phoenix arc. Yeah, I do have. There are 5 volumes that I got though. I only got 4 of them right now. I only have was a volume 2. Was it 2? It was volume 1, 3, 4, and 5. I had to get volume 2 though, and I know because one of the covers does have the Dark Phoenix story. So, but I'll eventually review the anime series because I love that's. It's with that and the X-Men series, the anime series, the Spider-Man, the 90s Spider-Man anime series, and Batman, the anime series. To me, it's like those are the 3 best superhero cartoons I watched growing up. So, yeah, it's the original Spider-Man anime series from the 90s, and then X-Men, and then Batman, the anime series. Those are the best 3 superhero cartoons I grew up watching with. But when I get that other volume, and when I get around watching the X-Men series, I'll eventually give it a review, and because especially with the memorable theme, da 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 da. Yeah, especially one of my favorite episodes is the story with Rogue and how she got her powers, and from Miss Marvel, and the whole thing with the memory thing blocking with the whole thing with the nightmares of Miss Marvel. So that is definitely one of my favorite episodes. So, but I'll get to the anime series eventually. And number 8. You mentioned in your review / rant of Thor: Love and Thunder that love is holding Stormbreaker. That's because unlike Thor's hammer, Stormbreaker does not have a charm, just like Odin put on the hammer in the first Thor film, so anybody can hold it. Stormbreaker, because you do see in one moment in Endgame during the epic battle where you see Steve is holding Stormbreaker. Yeah, there was in that brief moment when at the end of Endgame where everyone is charging with that big epic music of Alan Silvestri where everyone's charging, and there you see when Thor has his small hammer Mjolnir, and Captain America, he's holding the big shield, and that's when Thor says, no, give me that, you have the little one. Yeah, because it doesn't so like since he was worthy of Mjolnir, so I think he'd be worthy of holding the Stormbreaker. Okay, so apparently I guess maybe because you see Thanos, because when Thor was trying to call his axe, you see Thanos grab it and push it into Thor, so I guess apparently anybody can have Stormbreaker, I guess. But it just looked like, okay, but the thing is, it was silly enough. Okay, now she can wield Stormbreaker really well, even though she's just a little kid, so. Yeah, I guess anyone else can use Stormbreaker, but I was mentioning the rep because she now can use Stormbreaker, and she's this little kid, but she can just use it very well instantly, just like that, But yeah, just Thor: Love and Thunder was just another dumb Marvel film all the way around. I mean, it's just exciting because Christian Bale, he was the best part of the movie, but apparently there was like a long cut of this movie, and they cut a lot of his character, this villain, out, Gore the God Butcher. Why? I mean, instead of showing the montage, I mean, before, because there was a big giant skeleton of a god that he killed that was already dead. Why just show a montage of why he's called the God Butcher in the first place? Show him he's killing all these gods, showing he's a really menacing threat, to gods everywhere. No. They don't do that. They just cut a lot of his shit out, So a villain who may seem to be very intimidating for a being who can kill gods, but yet you cut a lot of his shit out, and you don't see a montage of him killing other gods. Christian Bale was the best part. He was acting the best he can as Gore the God Butcher, Especially that one thing, because when the children were cutting off, telling him a story about someone cutting off the heads, and when he did the same thing, scaring the children, like, what? You were doing the same thing. Acting, I was actually putting a little bit of influence by the Joker, Off topic though, but I'm saying he was the best part of the movie. Thor: Love and Thunder was just another dumb Marvel movie. But every 5 seconds is a joke. But yeah, going back with Stormbreaker, yeah, apparently because Captain America, he had it, at the end of Endgame, no, give me that, you have the little one. But apparently everyone, and we saw Thanos, he quickly grabbed it and was pushing it towards Thor. Apparently, but okay. Anyone can use Stormbreaker, but it's just something how the girl knows she can have it and she can use it very well. All even though, yeah, okay. So I guess that was my misunderstanding, though, that anybody can use Stormbreaker. But okay, so question 9. I like that in Sonic 2 that we do see the gun organization from Sonic Adventures 2, and for who do I want to pick to play Storm Shadow is John Wick himself. Yeah, I know that the gun organization was from the games, so it's nice to see that though. And I did mention at the end. Apparently I think I did mention for who to play Shadow the Hedgehog was Keanu Reeves. Yeah, apparently a lot of people are saying that Keanu Reeves, they want him to play Shadow. And I do too. I want Keanu Reeves. He does make me look like he could play a good Shadow from for a third movie, you know. Because I think I did when I reviewed Sonic 2. I think I mentioned Keanu Reeves to voice Shadow. I probably did. I can't remember though now. But I do want I did have the idea of Keanu Reeves. I did have the idea of Keanu Reeves. Apparently, a lot of people are saying that Keanu Reeves should voice him. So yeah, he should. I want him, and a lot of people just think so. If this guy, director Jeff Fowler, directed the 2 Sonic movies, and he was given what the fans they wanted, you know, maybe he should listen to some more of the fans. Have Keanu Reeves to play Shadow the Hedgehog. You know, Idris Elba, he was a good addition in voicing as Knuckles. He did a good job voicing Knuckles. So, and having the same actress who voiced Tails from the other games to voice Tails in this, that was nice. So yeah, if Idris Elba was an interesting choice to play Knuckles, can't have Keanu Reeves voice Shadow. That'd be really interesting. A lot of people are, like myself, are wanting to have Keanu Reeves. So go ahead, yeah. I think Shadow would be interesting for Keanu Reeves to play. All right, so and then now question number 10. I do picture Clint Barton Hawkeye would be with Velma since her actress played her wife. You mean Linda Cardellini, who plays Clint Barton's wife in the MCU? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I do picture that because it's obviously it's in the movies, and obviously that they are married because Clint Barton married her, but to keep his family safe from everyone else, you know, secretly, you know. But yeah, I do see that because obviously it's in the movie, obviously it's in the series, so yeah, obviously I like Linda Cardellini. She was a good portrayer of Velma from the Scooby-Doo movies. So it was quite funny when Linda Cardellini was in that spin-off from the Conjuring series, The Curse of La Llorona, you know. It was funny that on her television her television was playing Scooby-Doo on the television, which is convenient because they thought obviously threw that in there because she's in it and she played Velma. That was obviously a montage of that though. But yeah, obviously I do picture because they are together in the series, so. And I think this is the last question. Yeah. This is the last question. Question number 11. It's been confirmed that Matt Reeves, the director of The Batman, has been confirmed that he will not use Joker in the sequel because I'm guessing they might go with Mr. Freeze or the Court of Owls that Robert Pattinson really wanted. What are your thoughts on that? Because it really sees the Court of Owls in live action and Mr. Freeze the second time in live action as well. And those are my questions. Well, if they're gonna put Mr. Freeze in the next the Batman sequel, find a good person to play Mr. Freeze. I mean, I'm sure that anyone who can be this new Mr. Freeze in this upcoming Batman movie obviously will be better than Arnold, because it can't get any worse to someone to play Mr. Freeze any worse than Arnold can in Batman and Robin. Let's just all be serious here, you know. I'm sure this person will not be, whoever is going to play this new Mr. Freeze, I'm sure is going to probably not going to be telling any joke, any 5 seconds about cold or ice or chill or whatever. It can't get, I'm sure who could play it can't get any worse than what Arnold can be, you know. Anybody can be better than Arnold for playing a Mr. Freeze. And as for the Court of Owls, I mean, we're getting that series of superheroes in the upcoming Black Adam movie. There was that series of superheroes, you know, along with Hawkman and Dr. Fate and what was it, Atomic Man, that we saw in Black Adam. There's that superhero organization as well. So maybe we'll get, so if they're gonna make all these organizations into live action, so of course maybe we'll see the Court of Owls. But and plus, you know, for a sequel to the Batman, I enjoyed the Batman that came out this year. Robert Pattinson did a really good job. A lot of people don't like it. I don't understand why. Yeah, at the running time, I understand it. I also complain about that. But Robert Pattinson, I mean, Batman does detective work, you know. That's what a lot of times it was nice to see that he was being a detective, and it was a lot of times it was just more Batman than Bruce Wayne, because it's called the Batman for a reason. But I thought Robert Pattinson did a good job, and he didn't need to disguise his voice like Christian Bale did. And there was a lot of interesting things, and in that movie I thought it was kind of refreshing, and the action scenes was handled well. And but for a sequel, okay, if you want to put Mr. Freeze in instead of the Joker, fine. Just have a really good person to play Mr. Freeze. Like I said, I don't see how anyone can be worse than. No one can't be worse than Arnold it was in Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Alright, everyone, chill. Very nice. This is embarrassing for Arnold, you know. Yeah, I mean the suit. Granted, the suit in Batman, his suit in Batman Robin was like okay, cool looking though, but it was just overall embarrassing role for Arnold. So yeah, if they want to put Mr. Freeze in, yeah, but it's just have someone good to play Mr. Freeze. So, but anyway, so Jason Grady, hope I got I'm glad I got your questions in, and I hope these will be satisfactory to you. And once again, I apologize for not having you on the list, because I did all the list and I did not see you on there. So, but I'm glad I was able to squeeze you in here for a video. So hey, a video only, a Q&A only for you. Because like how I did that in part 4 of that Q&A part 4 only for that one person, Grand Theft Ruben, because I skipped over him. That was my fault, because I thought it was everybody was done. I skipped over that guy. So, but here here's a Q&A video for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I got your questions done right. So anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Now I'll be uploading after this 2 more movie reviews coming up, and then go from there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all later.